What's going on, people? Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to the Aboriginal Sports Live in the Morning podcast. We're gonna get it in today. We got basketball, NBA playoff updates, NHL updates, MLB. We're gonna get into the whole shebang. Please hit that like and subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. This is the Aboriginal Sports Network. I am your host, NYG Double Deuce, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports, with my man, my Ace Boone Coon, co-host, Big Pat Sports Talk, man. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk big sports. Let's get it.
The Raisin Man.
Or just the Giants organization that really put Daniel Jones in the forefront and carried him in that type of light, man, on national TV.
$223. The suspension also opens the door for the Texans to release Al-Shahir.
Then in 1976, guess who was hired? Atis fans. This is where preference plays the biggest.
But I'm gonna have to knock this down and get the oohs and ahs of Houston.
Welcome to the Aboriginal Sports Network.
All right, man. Welcome back, y'all. Let's get into it, man. We are talking NBA to set it off, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Definitely go ahead and hit that like and subscribe if you feel the vibe, the little jazzy vibe we got going for y'all right now. But let's kick it off and talk about this beatdown that the Timberwolves gave the Warriors. Now, in this game, and we're going to get to this soon, Draymond Green got his 5th technical of the year. And the Wolves just took care of business. Of course, no Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler didn't really get it done, so to speak, for the Timberwolves. But nevertheless, for the Warriors, but nevertheless, the Timberwolves did prevail. Now, when we getting into this game, it was a lot of Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, and again, with no Curry, with Draymond Green out there wilding, bugging out, like always, you gotta wonder if the Warriors, if the wheels are starting to come off the cart here for the Golden State Warriors. Now it's still 1-1, and guess what? Golden State, you going back home, so you got that going on, but no Curry. We'll see how long he's going to be out. I think they're saying at least a week. So if you don't have Curry and you just got Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and what's my man's name? Buddy Hield out there. I don't know how you're going to go against the firepower of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't know. I
That
don't know what
series
they
is
gonna
over.
do.
That series is over.
It,
I already seen it last night. That series is over. Without Curry, they don't have a shot.
well, yeah, man. And Jimmy Butler, I mean, he can only do so much. You gotta get more from some of the other players out there for Golden State. You know, you got 15 from Buddy Hield and 18 from Kuminga. Jackson Davis had 15. I mean, you ain't gonna win like that. You ain't gonna win like that. And look, man, these teams and these 3-point shooting teams like Golden State, like the Celtics, Golden State 9 out of 32, shooting the 3. Curry obviously would help that percentage, but he ain't playing. You got rid of Klay Thompson, let him walk. So now you got Buddy Hield out there jacking up threes, shooting. You got Jimmy Butler up there jacking up threes, shooting. But you don't have enough defense. You don't have enough size. And you don't have nobody, in my opinion, that's going to be better than Anthony Edwards out there on the court. So 3 things going against you. And like Pat said, I think this series is over. I think this series is over. And if you being real with yourself, the Warriors should want this thing to be over as fast as possible. Because it could just be more injuries, more technical fouls for Draymond Green. I think this thing could just spin out of control. Just get it over with. Get it over with right now. Now, Julius Randle, man, a lot of people, kind of said the Knicks got the better of that trade with the Timberwolves, but Julius Randle coming through last night, coming through in a big game, a must-win game for the Timberwolves. They don't want to go down 0-2 like some teams in the playoffs at home. But so big time game for Julius Randle, 24 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds. Plus minus a plus 17. So Randle coming up big in a big way. Of course, Anthony Edwards added 20, had 9 rebounds, 5 assists. But Julius Randle showing up big time in a big time game is important for the Timberwolves because they're going to need him down the stretch if they want to get to the NBA Finals. They're definitely going to need Julius Randle to be consistent and have games like he had last night. Throwback Randle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if you're the Timberwolves, you got to feel pretty good, even though they're going on the road to face the Warriors, because the Warriors seem like they are out of it to me. But Pat, what do you think? Do you think the Warriors can get back in this series at all? I mean, they'll get Curry back at some point, but is that going to be enough?
No, I think it's going to be too late. If Curry's out for a week, that means he's going to miss about 2 games. It might be 3-1 by the time he gets back. I don't see them beating the Timberwolves 3 times in a row. I don't see it.
Yeah. I think he'll force his way back in that pivotal game. You'll have the Willis Reed effect. Everybody want to pull a Willis Reed, when he came on the court, hobble, and and went out there, or they got the Jordan flu game. People want to try that one too. Like he's sick and he's hurt and he's out there playing hurt and all that, man. Like I said, the Warriors need to want this series over as soon as possible to avoid more injuries and turmoil. Now, in this game, Pat, Mr. Draymond Green getting another technical, his 5th of the playoffs. 7 and you get a suspension, 1 game suspension, so 2 more techs for him. A lot of what Draymond Green has been saying has been directed at the angry black man narrative. Draymond Green feels that he's being singled out as being this angry black man, and that's why the technicals are being called on him. So, is this fair or foul, or I should say, on the money or out of pocket, as we like to say over here?
That's a hard one. Tell me one more time. What like the whole scenario? Like, cause that was kind of hard.
Draymond Green says that he doesn't want people to see him as this angry black man, and basically, to paraphrase everything, he thinks he's being targeted, or people look at him as an angry black man, and that's why he be getting the technical fouls and stuff. So, again, this is Draymond Green we talking about. We've seen him, kick players in the nuts. We've seen him choke out Rudy Gobert. We've seen him do some stuff on the court. But he feels as though he's being singled out. And he's using the angry black man narrative to do it. And that's just what it is. That's what Draymond Green is using. And I just want to get your opinion on that.
I think he's out of pocket for what he said, because you've been on record proving doing crazy things, kicking your leg out and kicking people in between legs and kicking people on the floor and choking people. And they just going by your reputation. It is what it is. You created that reputation. There ain't about no angry black man thing. Now, do you get some things that out of context? Yeah, because you made that your reputation. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they're going to jump the gun with you because they know what you're capable of. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's attacking you.
And he does this, as trying to get a sympathy card. But again, who is sympathizing with Draymond Green? I can't sympathize with Draymond Green. I'm sorry. I can't sympathize with that dude. This dude is a goon. We know what goons look like. This dude is a goon of goons. And that's why the Warriors keep him around, because they generally don't have, no goons on their squad. It's just Draymond. So he got to be extra goonish to get his point across. You see what I'm saying? So how you feel sorry for the goon of the team? Nah, bruh. Nah. Out of pocket. And I don't like some of these athletes sometimes too using those type narratives. Somebody singling you out, bro, you don't really want to go into what singling out is, as an angry black man. You talking about getting technical fouls and stuff, but you putting a serious narrative to the forefront to do it. Like, I'm cool with freedom of speech and all that good stuff, but you using an angry black man, bro, in the sports setting when we got real social issues out here, you know, and everybody know you a goon and how you act tough and the persona that you put on to protect Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. I can't feel sorry for this cat, bro. And that's why I wanted to speak on this today because, you know, and I don't got no problem with Draymond Green at all. You know, I think he does what he does because he has to do it. That's his role. You know, I don't want you using that as a sympathy card, bro. You know, because a lot of times I get labeled that and I'm dealing with real issues out here. And Pat gets labeled as that. And he's dealing with real issues out here, man. So don't bring that up like it's something, you know, to brush over, like a joke, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, I'm the angry black man, you know, y'all singling me out, man. Like, nah. But Draymond Green, 5th technical of the playoffs. We'll see if he can keep it under control, or it might not matter. They might lose.
Yeah, I was gonna say it ain't gonna matter, man.
and they might be up on out of here, man. But just, you know, I understand they might single you out sometimes, Draymond Green, but you don't got to use this angry black man narrative to get your point across. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't really care for that shit, yo. But Dewani, man, shout out to Dewani, man, in the chat, man. Appreciate you tapping in with us, man. Green is a dirty player. Yeah. But that's the reputation that he wants. He wants that reputation. He takes on that reputation because the Warriors as a team have been notorious. I'm not going to use the S word, but they're not goonish. They have a finesse style to them. Let's put it like that. You know, so they need that goon. How you think they win in championships? Finesse teams like that don't win championships like that. Even the Bulls had Dennis Rodmans and Horace Grants on their teams. Everybody got to have a goon, you know, that's going to throw elbows in the paint and make things uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So that's Draymond's role. So again, I can't feel sorry for the goon of the team. You know, yeah, even if he is, again, Dewani, we can't compare him to the real goons back in the day. He's the goon of this era from the Golden State Warriors standpoint because that's their only goon. That's how they get into these championships. Draymond Green provides the toughness for that team. You know, so he sets the tone, the tough tone for them. Because otherwise, they will be getting bullied out there, literally. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can't feel sorry for the goon, you know, because that is your role to get picked on, dude.
Right. Facts. That is your role.
That is your role, man. So, but let's tap into the NHL playoffs real quick here. Capitals beat the Hurricanes. Series is tied 1-1. Hurricanes going back home. Let's see if they can take care of business at home. And, you know, now the Capitals coming in as the number 1 seed. You know, so they are the favorites in this series. Don't get it twisted. But Carolina Hurricanes, they have fight in them. And I think, you know,
I think they're going to pull it out, man.
I think they're going to get it done. I think they're going to get it done. I think the Capitals are riding this Alex Ovechkin wave a little bit. You know, they hyped up about, you know, the breaking the record and all that. So, yeah. And again, you know, you still got to worry about Florida and Toronto in the Eastern Conference as well, you know. But we'll touch on that series when they get underway. Well, when they play the next game. But Capitals beating the Hurricanes 3-1, and then you had the Oilers beating the Vegas Knights in a high-scoring affair, 5-4. Wasn't nobody blocking no goals in that game. What happened to the goaltenders?
Might have been a bunch of power plays in there, and they was getting those 2 3-on-1s against the goalie. And when that happens, that's disaster in hockey. I'm telling you that now. So that's probably what happened.
Absolutely. Power play goals will definitely help you out. That's a advantage, obviously. If you got 5-on-4, you got 5-on-3 sometimes, however they play it out. But Oilers taking a 2-zip lead in that series. Vegas on the ropes right now, and the Oilers are going back to Edmonton. So Vegas in real trouble here moving forward. Let's give a little baseball updates. Let's give some baseball updates here. So, finals last night. Twins 5-2 over Baltimore. Man, Baltimore is cheeks this year. Yeah, our Orioles fans thought y'all was doing something. Anyway, I'm trolling. Boston Red Sox. Boo. Boston beating the lowly Texans. Or Rangers, Texas Rangers. 5-zip.
Oh,
Kansas City mopping the White Sox. What is wrong with the White Sox, man? White Sox.
I don't know what's wrong with the White Sox, bro. The White Sox been losing like crazy. Didn't they lose like over 100 games? Like
they
2
lost
seasons ago?
121 games last year, breaking the record. And they're on their way again. They're 10-28.
What is going on with the White Sox?
28 got blasted by Kansas City 10-0 last night. Detroit, everybody's scoring 10 runs. Detroit beat Colorado twice. The Colorado Rockies are getting rocked. Pat. Colorado Rockies are 6-30, bro. 6-30.
Yeah, that's crazy.
6-30. They lost twice. In one day. Okay? They lost 10-2 and then 11-1. So you let Detroit score 21 runs
to 3. Good grief.
In 2 games in one day. Absolutely pathetic, man.
And the Rockies worse than the White Sox this year. That's crazy.
Yes. They are bad, bro. I mean, absolutely. I don't know what is wrong with some of these baseball teams. Phillies beating Tampa Bay Rays in 10 innings. Braves getting a dub in 11 innings over the Cincinnati Reds. Blue Jays over the Angels 8-5. Arizona Diamondbacks beating the Dodgers 5-3, man. And those are your baseball finals. Yanks, Mets off. So last night, man. But, man, looking at the baseball standings, let's talk baseball here a little bit on the podcast. We don't usually get into a lot of baseball news, But I do want to look at and talk about the standings here for a quick second, Pat. Now, when you looking at the league overall, you got the Detroit Tigers at 25-13 right now, leading the American League. And you got the Dodgers at 25-13, leading the National League. Also, you got the Padres, Mets, Giants, Phillies all in the mix. Let me give you guys a visual reel here quick. For those of you watching, this is Absn Sports in the Morning podcast, man. Well, it's afternoon, but it's still morning in some places, so we won't curb that. But let me give you a quick visual of these baseball standings, because I do want to get into a little baseball, because it was a lot of moves made in baseball this off season. Of course, you have Juan Soto, everything that went on there, with the whole Soto chase, ended up going to the Mets. Now, breaking this down, the Tigers surprisingly leading the American League. That is a surprise in the American League. Yankees still hanging around despite injuries at 21-16. They are in first in the American League East, so they got the advantage there, holding a 2-game lead over the Boston Red Sox right now. So who should be the favorite in the American League? That's what I want to ask. You got the Mariners at 22-14. The Guardians, who, they 22-15, but I think they're frauds. But anyway, they got they're behind the Tigers 2.5 games. But I want to know out there in the chat, and Pat, who should be the favorites here in the American League as we're looking at the American League standings? Who you think should be the favorites?
The Yankees. They should be the favorites because they were the ones that went to the World Series last year.
Oh, really?
It should be the Yankees.
The 5th place team. Okay.
The season's just really getting started. You're not even halfway through the season yet. But the favorites should be the Yankees because they even ones that made it to the World Series last year. Mm-hmm. That's point blank. And then if Bellinger starts to play well, then y'all really should be the favorites. Because he could take over that Soto role. But y'all got people stepping up right now. I just don't see what Yankees fans are just complaining about, bro. Y'all right there.
Yeah, man.
I don't see what y'all complaining about so much. You could be like the Cubs. Or the White Sox.
The White Sox.
Or the Rockies.
Yeah, it's pretty bad over there in Chicago for baseball. But I see this a little different here. For one thing, the Yankees always got to worry about the Red Sox. And in their division right now, they only have a 2-game lead on Boston. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Do have a 2-game win streak over the Padres. But you see the Royals are hot, and the Tigers have been hot too as well. Both 7-3 in their last 10. Well, the Royals are 9-1. So
yeah, the Royals could get hot, and the Tigers are always right there.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, again, at best, the Yankees might be the 3rd favorites, because I'm looking at this as I do not trust the Royals, even though they're good. But the Guardians, they always seem to be in the mix, and the Mariners are a dangerous team as well. Detroit, the Yankees always beat Detroit Tigers. I don't know what it is, but so I think Detroit might be a little mirage. I think the teams to really watch for is the Mariners and the Guardians, in my opinion. And then you got to worry about the Red Sox because they're going to be battling with the Yankees neck and neck. Baltimore then fell off.
I think y'all biggest competition. Yeah, I think y'all biggest competition is going to be the Guardians. For some reason, that team is always around. For some reason, they're also pretty good in the playoffs too.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. Let's go over to the American League here real quick. And you got the Dodgers on top again. You got the Padres, who the Yankees just beat. We talked about them a little bit. The Mets, again, making a big move for Juan Soto. They're sitting there in third place at 24-14. San Francisco Giants also 20-14. And then you got the Phillies right there, neck and neck with the Mets, hanging around at 22-15. So who should be the favorites in the National League right now? You know, some teams playing some pretty good baseball. Like I said, Philly on a 3-game win streak. They're 8-2. The Dodgers, who are always good, still sitting at the top. Padres, like I said, we talked about them. I think they're a little bit of a mirage. The Mets, they got firepower now with Soto, Lindor. You got Pete Alonso, McNeil. So you got some players out there for the Mets. They got a strong pitching staff as well. And 13-3 at home, not bad. So I don't know. Is it the Dodgers? Is it the Mets? Do you trust?
Man, it's the Dodgers, bro.
Do you trust the Phillies?
You got to give it to the world champs, man. Until they're knocked off, they should be the favorites. They're the world champs. And the Dodgers, guess what? Back at number 1. I am a little bit surprised that my Cubs are the 6th seed. So, I mean, the Phillies, if they could come, the Phillies always do good in the playoffs when they make it into the playoffs. It's just something about that Dodgers team that I just think they're just superior to a lot of teams in the MLB. If it ain't the Yankees or somebody like the Guardians, the Mets, we'll see with the Mets. Let's see if they can hold water into the end. Because they'll come out of the nowhere and do real good one year and then just fall off. Let's see if they can do it back-to-back years. I'm just looking for consistency with the Mets, to be honest with you.
I think the Mets are legit, and they are going to be my favorites in the NL. Now, Juan Soto getting off to a little bit of a slow start, but he'll pick it up. You got to understand, this Mets team was right there. They were right there in the NLCS last year. Remember, it was the Mets and the Dodgers. The Dodgers won. They went on and beat the Yankees because I was rooting for a dang on Subway Series, and I ain't get it. I keep denying me of my second Subway Series ever because we can't get one in basketball, and I don't think we'll ever get one in football because the Jets and Giants are never good at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but baseball, we have a shot. You know what I'm saying? And they was right there last year, man. But the Mets, man, with the addition of Soto and bringing back the team together, you still got Pete Alonso, Lindor, and the boys, man, over there hitting. They got a solid pitching staff. You know, that the kid Cody Senga, he's been pitching lights out. So I like this Mets team. I'm a Yankee fan, but I like this Mets team. No homerism here. I think the Mets are legit. Now, to your point, they do got to beat the Dodgers and prove it, you know, before we can crown them. You want to crown them? Crown them. You know what I'm saying? Before we can crown them.
You want to crown her? Crown them. We let them off the hook.
You let them off the hook, right? Yeah, so they can't
let them rest in peace, Denny Green, man.
Definitely, man. R.I.P. Denny Green, man. But they cannot let the Dodgers off the hook here, man. But That's baseball. I like talking baseball, man. I don't know, man. I might have to do some more baseball content, man. I kind of like talking about baseball. But we're gonna get into everyone's favorite subject, football, right after these messages, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Again, this is ABS live in the morning / afternoon, man. But if you like this content, go check out the NFL All 32. NFL All 32 right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We'll be right back.
So to be honest with you, we got a couple of sacks because of hustle. And
a lot of different reasons is in the past, or is he still that quarterback that the Browns thought they were getting when they decided to pull?
shadowing that offensive lineman and waiting for Jaden Daniels to do something. Welcome to the NFL All 32.
All right, man. Welcome back, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for tapping in right here on ABS and live. Now, let's get into a little bit of NFL news and notes. Jaden Higgins, your man's getting paid. With a fully guaranteed deal. Jaden Higgins agreed to a 4-year, $11 million contract, fully guaranteed, making him the first second-round pick in NFL
I was going to say, that's the first time ever
to have a fully guaranteed contract. Pat, is Jaden Higgins worth a fully guaranteed contract? Is he worth
every penny?
Being the first player to have a fully guaranteed
every
contract.
penny. We talked to him at the Senior Bowl. 6'4", very fleet of foot, can get in and out of routes, can get deep, can make back shoulder catches, catch over the middle. I think they got 2 Nico Collins on the field now, and they got Jalen Noel to go with him because of the Tank Dell injuries over there with the Texans. And they traded for Christian Kirk, so Jalen Noel can come in and learn from Christian Kirk and learn the nuances about the slot receiver position. I mean, I think they're in a very great place over there with the Houston Texans as far as the weapons. CJ Stroud should be proud of the way that they handled everything by losing Diggs and losing Tank Dell. They said, okay, we're going to get you some more weapons. You're going to be all right. So, but yeah, he's worth every penny. 4 years, $11 million. Why not give him $11 million guaranteed? And why not make some of those second-round picks, feel more comfortable as far as their guaranteed money going into their contracts? And another great thing about that, he doesn't have that 5th-year option on him, so you have to pay him again within 4 years. But Higgins is definitely worth it. Like I said, we talked to him at the Senior Bowl, great kid, and I think he's going to do great things over there with the Texans. I mean, I think the Texans are back on the rise again, man. As long as they get that. Now, that offensive line over there, yeah, they got to do something about that. But if they give CJ Stroud time, I don't see why they can't put up some points over there in the AFC South.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree with you, man. Jaden Higgins was one of my favorite receivers coming out into this draft. And like you said, big target. And CJ Stroud. Think about it, man. CJ Stroud is being set up for success. Now, what they did to his offensive line is a travesty. But you got weapons. You got weapons. That you do have. So we shall see. Look out for our NFL previews, man, right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network, man, because I definitely want to dive into that and get a real deep dive on this Texans team, because, man, that offensive line, bro. But Jaden Higgins, congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man. Definitely well deserved, man, for my man Jaden Higgins, man, getting that deal done. New York Giants. New York Giants. We have a number. We have a number for Mr. Abdul Carter. It looks like he's going to be wearing number 51. And if you remember, that is Azeez Ojulari's former number.
Yep.
So, Carter taking number 51, so alleviating all the speculation of, Lawrence Taylor and Phil Simms and him going after the Giants legends and the Giants fans getting upset about that. Relax. He's taking number 51. And I like that, man. Create your own path, be what Azeez Ojulari wasn't for the New York Giants. So I think that's dope, man. What you think on the number decision for Abdul Carter? Because it's been big news, bro. This number thing is big. I never
really
seen people wig out over a number like this, but
yeah, I really don't care about what number he puts on. I care about the numbers that he's putting on the field. 51, he'll look dope at 51. He come in and rush the passer. He even looked dope at 51 if he played the middle linebacker position. Now, I do know numbers are a certain thing to certain athletes. They want to go with that certain number throughout their careers if they can help it. But that number there, nah. I like the 51 number for him. Him and Azeez Ojulari will be wearing probably 51 in Eagles green. So we got to come with it on defense, but I think Carter going to be all right. 51, yeah. I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it too, bro. Most definitely, man. So in other news, man, of course we touched on this a little bit yesterday, but the Panthers cutting Jadeveon Clowney. Also, running back Jonathan Brooks gonna be out for the remainder of the season. So
let him get healthy.
The Carolina Panthers suffering some blows here, man. Here in the off season, Carolina, man. The Carolina Panthers. I mean, you got Bryce Young coming back, but I do think this Panthers team can be a sneaky good team in that NFC South. Clowney, I mean, like I mentioned yesterday, I think his better days are behind him. I think they can replace his production or whatever they got out of him. That Jonathan Brooks thing, though, is a terrible blow for the Panthers. Can they withstand the loss of Jonathan Brooks for the season, Pat?
Yeah, they did it last year. He wasn't there last year. Chuba Hubbard comes. I think they let Miles Sanders go, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they depended on him to play some tough.
Yeah, they were depending on him to play some minutes this year. But Chuba Hubbard's going to have to step up and be that bell cow back again, which I believe he can do. I'm trying to think who that other running back they had over there think he half decent too. Oh, I can't think of his name right now, but I think they're gonna be okay as long as they protect Bryce Young. I see them, put a little noise out there in the NFC South because the Buccaneers are good. I think the Falcons will be good with Penix. I think they could beat the Saints, and they've shown they could beat the Panthers and Falcons too. So I might be able to make a little noise.
Rico Dwaddle.
Yeah, Dwaddle. There you go. Dwaddle from the Cowboys. Remember, he had 1,000 yards last year.
And they they drafted your boy Trevor Etienne as well. So
I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think that's a huge blow to the Panthers. Now, if they would have lost somebody like Leggett or somebody like that, then yeah.
Yeah. Now, what about Clowney though? Do you think them releasing Clowney? Now they did draft Princely. The guy has that hard name.
Emilio, whatever his name is from Ole Miss.
Yeah, they did. They do got him now. They got Patrick Jones II, DJ Wanham, Josie Joel, Tevin Wallace.
Right back.
They got Derek Brown and Treshawn Wharton and Ashawn Robinson as well, former New York Giant. So they do have some edge rushers over there, man. But I think they do need to get stronger on defense, on the edge. I think they do need to get stronger there, man. But the Panthers, suffering some blow, a couple losses here in this offseason. Last thing I'm gonna touch on the Nick Chubb. It looks like it's over for Nick Chubb in Cleveland. It looks like they're gonna be moving on from Nick Chubb, saying a deal is unlikely. For Chubb, Nick Chubb suffering some injuries, this past season. But this is a guy that's been a bell cow back for years in this league. Now it looks like the run is over in Cleveland. They took Quinshawn Judkins in the second round. So it looks like Nick Chubb's days in Cleveland is over, meaning he will be available for other teams. Now, that's my question. Where's the fit for Nick Chubb? Who's the best fit for Nick Chubb? Who should take a chance on Nick Chubb? Who should who should throw Nick Chubb a contract? Because Chubb, you gotta wonder, is he still that dude? Coming off these injuries? Or could it be that he is washed up and maybe you shouldn't take a chance on him? So, me personally, I'd give him a shot. I would definitely give Nick Chubb a shot. Because he's been a Pro Bowler in this league 4 times. He rushed for 1,000 yards 4 straight seasons. Had a career high 1,500 yards in 2022. He averages 5.1 yards per carry. Second all time to Jamal Charles. So Nick Chubb is still a good back, man. sometimes you just got to give guys time to recover. You know, he will be another year removed from the injury to his knee. So, I mean, Nick Chubb, if you can get him on like a vet minimum type deal or something like that, and add to your backfield, you don't want to ask him to be a bell cow back at this point in his career. But if he's somebody that can add to the backfield, whatever you got, whatever you cooking back there, if he like, say if the Carolina Panthers brought him in, you know, with Hubbard and Dwaddle, and then you had Chubb, like something like that, you know, would work. You know, or any other team. Maybe it's a contending team, you know, that just needs some depth at the running back position that might take a chance on a Nick Chubb. I don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs, a team like that, would do it. You know, God forbid the Philadelphia Eagles pair him and Saquon Barkley. Good Lord. You know, so somebody's going to take a chance on Nick Chubb. I'm just asking who? Who should it be? Who should it be? Because his days in Cleveland are done. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this on the recast or the rebroadcast. And just let me know who should take a chance on Nick Chubb, or should anybody take a chance on Nick Chubb? Is he washed up? Do you think he still got a couple more years in him? You know, I do personally, you know, but I'm Unpopular Opinion Sports. What do I know? Man, this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff, man. I appreciate y'all out there listening in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking with me this afternoon. We're going to keep bringing you these shows in the mornings, in the afternoons. It's going to be ABSN Live, whatever time it pops up in your feed, man. But we definitely going to try to have these consistently out for you guys every day and just talk sports, man. Just talk sports. It ain't all got to be about your favorite team. There's other teams, other leagues, other things going on in sports. And we're here to cover it on the Aboriginal Sports Network. So hit that like and subscribe, man. It's free. It is a nothing burger for you to hit that button. But I'm gonna wrap this thing up here. I'm gonna wrap this up here in a few minutes. But again, Nick Chubb, a free agent. Rookies getting paid. You know, OTAs is popping up, camps, you know, in the NFL. So NFL schedule release will be next week. I believe next Wednesday. We'll definitely have it covered right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network. So stay tuned for that. You can catch me next time in a couple days on New York Giants Conversation right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network, where it's all Giants all the time. So New York Giants fans, tap in. Football fans, tap in, because we do talk about other teams as well in relation to the Giants. And definitely go sub to all the members of the Aboriginal Sports Network. You got Man Cave, Coach Ed, Big Pat Sports Talk, Mets 2128, Leaf Diggy, TP Way, Rob Zero, The Layer Game, Ghost, Dog, Big Talk, our newest member, man. Shout out to Ghost Dog. And if you want to join the team, if you are interested in joining the Aboriginal Sports Network, get in contact with me, NYG22 on Twitter, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports. My link is in the description of this video. Click the link, go to my Twitter page, shoot me a DM, tell me you're interested, and we'll talk. Or reach out to Big Pat, Coach Ed, Man Cave, or anybody on the Aboriginal Sports Network. They should be able to get the message back to us. But we are teaching classes on how to create content, how to make live streams, intros, outros, edit videos, thumbnail creation, audio, visual, blending, you name it, we got you covered. So definitely tap into that, and you can catch me right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network coming up tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow I'll be here. Well, no, Sunday. Catch me Sunday on New York Giants Conversations. But I'm going to get up out of here, y'all, man. It has been a blast, but yeah, Pat coming back in. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up here, Pat. We right at an hour. So I'm going to wrap up the show, man. But, give them the rundown, man, on what we got going on the Aboriginal Sports Network, man. Told them about all the classes and everything that we're going to be teaching. And if anybody is interested in those classes, to reach out to me or you.
Yeah, if you're interested in coming in and being a content creator, if you want to be a content creator for your special team, sports team, or if you just want to learn how to edit or, just make content, period, man, come to the classes. We normally do them on Sunday, the K&P Productions classes on Sundays. You learn editing tips, you learn how to put out content, and we actually help you find your lane as far as being a content creator. So come to those classes, dope class, you get to learn, and heck, you might even have a job on the Aboriginal Sports Network if you want to take it that route. But come to those, man, we have helped a lot of people, so it's pretty dope.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, man. I think we're gonna get up out of here, man. So till next time, y'all, man. Definitely appreciate y'all tapping in. Like I said, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and you can catch us live again on Sunday on New York Giants Conversation, man. Be there or be square. God damn it.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Hey.